Now that that list is done, doing the worst movies of 2022. Why isn't Morbius on the top movie list? Well, that's because the list he belongs in is about to start right now. Worst movies of 2022. Let's go ahead and get started. These are going to be hot takes. I think some of these are actually going to be hot takes. These aren't organized, by the way. I don't have a bottom 5. I just think all 5 of these really suck. I do have a bottom 1. Sorry, take that back. I have a bottom 1. Elvis. Unironically, I hated it. Unironically, it was horrible. I don't know how people enjoyed this film. Austin Butler is such a pretentious douche dick that I'm sorry that he was even allowed to talk about this film. If he wasn't allowed to talk about this film, it would have done better. He's a method actor. So I've spent 3 months or 3 years or something away from my family perfecting my accent. And now every interview he does, even for other movies, he uses this accent. I'm done with him. And I hated this movie. This is, I think, my least favorite performance by Tom Hanks. By far. And I think this is probably my hottest take because a lot of people really, really like Elvis. And I do think it's part of it is that maybe I can't understand the nostalgia behind Elvis. But I don't care. When I watched this as a movie, it was awful. I refuse to recognize that this was a good movie. Another horrible movie. Jurassic World Dominion. Possibly one of the biggest failures in any franchise I think I could ever imagine is what Jurassic Park has become. This movie was so horrible. So horrible. I've actually purposely blocked out portions of this movie because it was so incredibly disjointed and lost in whatever the hell it wanted to be. It was like, hey, let's think, how can we make a lot of money? Okay, let's spend a lot of money on getting sure, that does enough at some point. But this movie did not deserve to do near as well as it did. Yeah, in case you were wondering, guys, this movie was legitimately one of the worst I've seen this year. And it's probably the worst Jurassic Park movie they've ever made. In case you were wondering, they made $1 billion. Made $1 billion in the box office. So it doesn't really matter what they put out. Obviously, because people still go see Marvel movies. But it doesn't matter because people are going to go see it. They're going to spend money. Next, let's see. What we got, folks? To no surprise, Morbius. To be fair, let me preface. Morbius was better than I expected. It was better than I expected. I expected a 2. It was like a 3.5. It was bad. It was horrible. It was horrible. Jared Leto should not be allowed to be an actor. To be fair, I don't think it was ever going to really do well, but it could have been good. And then they had to double down and make the decision of, hey, the memes are really flowing. Let's put this shit back out in theaters and then flop a second time. Second to last, where the crawdads sing. In reality, as a Southerner, I would thought, yeah, where the crawdads sing. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good. This is going to really showcase a very important piece of literature for a lot of Southerners. And I say that because Southerners have read this book. This movie was hot ass. This was my second least favorite movie this year. It was that horrific. I fell asleep in the middle of this movie. This woman, actress, she could have been good. She might be good. She might be good in another movie. I don't ever want to see her on the screen again. I have never seen such a static, shitty, unemotional, paper, plastic, plywood, cardboard, dog shit fucking actress. And I don't even think it's the writing's fault. I think it's her fault as an actress. At some point, you can take a bad script and at least make it redeemable. This movie's horrible. This movie's legitimately horrible. It is shot like a Hallmark movie. And they have all the tools of success. They have a beautiful setting. They have a Taylor Swift song opening the movie. Nah. It is shot like a Hallmark movie with shitty romance like it is. And it's awful. It is truly awful. My number 1 worst movie of 2022 was actually Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't think I could give a movie a lower rating. In all honesty, this movie was complete ass. This movie actually almost made me want to stop watching Marvel movies. It was that bad. It was horrible. It was horrible. I don't even know. I don't have the right words. There's not a vocabulary deep enough to describe whatever this pile of shit is that they put on our TV screen. Natalie Portman and Christian Bale could not save this film. Christian Bale gave a hell of a performance. Natalie Portman tried. This movie is guttural dog shit. I think it might be the worst Marvel movie ever made. And if it's not the worst Marvel movie, then I am so sorry because there is something I have missed in their catalog. It is a problem that this is even released in theaters and that it makes the money it does. Superhero fatigue is not coming fast enough. And I'm not happy about that. We are now allowing Marvel to get away with so much that they shouldn't be able to get away with. These movies are not good. They're not redeemable. Most of Phase 4 has been terrible. And that's a big problem for me. It is truly a big problem for me. These movies come out and take up half of a movie theater and are terrible. They're terrible. I really do love the old Marvel. It will always hold a special place in my heart. However, they're really getting away from what it should be. That was the worst of 2022. Hopefully 2023 has more to come. I'm sure it's going to have some bombs, and we will be there to review them all. We will be there to review them all.